Ike no Oshimiri, amara dị n'oke osimiri, onye ṅụrụ ya o nwere onwe ya. Mmiri kara aka, mmiri na-agwọ ọrịa o. Mmiri na-asachapụ ihe ruru unyi, ọ dị ọcha o. Water is life. Mmiri bụ great healer. Water dey wash anything wey dirty so clean. Some dey cast and bind them mommy water, but when them thirsty, them drink it water. They want to do their baptism now for inside water. Hey. Why you dey cast and bind when you can't do without water? Go deny him, say, water get the power of life. Amara dị n'Oshimiri, ike dị n'Oshimiri le. Amara dị n'Oshimiri, onye ṅụrụ ya o nwere onwe ya. Amara dị n'Oshimiri, ebube dị n'Oshimiri le. Amara dị n'oke osimiri, onye ṅụrụ ya o nwere onwe ya. Nne o mama, amara gị wụsara m. Greetings everybody, ana m ekele unu. Onye ka ụfọdụ na-asị m how are you? Adị m mma, I'm good, I'm fine. I'm greeting everybody. I just want to make a brief explanation based on some kind of questions I've been receiving from, should I say, ignorant people. So I decided to say something. And with somebody Nana Ajoma Juju earlier this morning, and the questions I was answering the person, Nana Ajoma Nasaya, trying to explain, because and it that the person is ignorant, you understand? So all you just need is to explain to the person, you understand? Ka ọ ghọta, maka na ọwụ akọwaruo egeruo na arụ mekwara n'Igbo. Religion mere anyị, okay, let me not say religion, because our indigenous spirituality bụ ọdịnala anyị na practice, you can call it a religion, mana ọwụ nke dị originally to us. So let me say Christianity, because abịa n'ala Igbo, or that's part of religion bụ ihe so mebie anya, as in ka ga-esi wee kwuo ya, mere our mentality ji wee dị ka ọ dị, anyị wee na-agbara our culture also. So I don't blame some people. I try to explain, ka ha wee ghọta. Somebody bịa na-ajụ m, is there power in the water? I used to hear that there is power in the water, there is power in the river. How true is that? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, I told the person, yes, ike dị na mmiri, there is power in the water. Just kamaragodu. I just answered the question. You understand? Now, but it seems like he just wants to engage me in conversation, and me now hear that maybe he doesn't know. So let me make him understand. So Also the conversation buteziri me ibia life. Kam kwuo ya ka o doo anya because there are some certain things that type gide ya or imegide ya explain. You understand? You just have to speak out. And abụchara m onye coming on live video to talk or maybe say something apart from ihe gbasara my music. Now, the truth is, water, mmiri, is part of nature, and there is power in nature. Water is not the only element of nature. Ikuku a na-eku anyị is part of nature, and there is power in it. Allah, the earth, Aizodorokwu, that the plants, the food we eat grows from, there is power in it. All that power, but that's that it is able to grow food that we are able to eat. The earth is part of nature. When you put plants inside the earth, it grows. That is power. I don't know if you're getting me. So something that's you, as in you being human, you cannot do it. Extraordinary something. So it's power, and it's part of nature. So ihe ọ na-abụ onye pụta ọ na-asị mmiri ọwụrụ sọnsọ mmiri bụ ife ike dị na ụkwanụ sọ mmiri bụ the only thing the natural, as in bụ part of ihe ekere eke. I call them na-akpọ ya mmụọ okike, as in ihe ekere eke. So ikuku na-ekusa gị, enwe heat na-eme, ikuku kusa gị, you feel heat na-eme gị, you feel ikuku kwuo gị ga-adị okay. All these things, the essential to human lives, to every living thing. Going out loud. So Abiana mmiri, all these, okay, the 4 known natural elements anyị magodu, they familiar to us. Bụ mmiri, ikuku, ala, which is the earth, and ọkụ, which is fire, anyanwụ, the sun. So these 4 works together for our good. So hancha niile, ike dị na ya, ike dị na anyanwụ, ike dị na ala, ike dị na mmiri, ike dị na ikuku, and all of them are part of nature, and there is power in nature. So ihe mere nji wepụtawa life when na-ekwu okwu abụ ka that person na-ajụ m ajụjụ ahụ ka ọ bịazie. Emma, sometimes when you are typing, there are things you can't explain in typing. You just have to say it. You voice it out, then the person will understand. This person was like, if there is power in the how am I going to believe that there is power in the water? Blah blah blah. If there is no power in water, kedu ihe mere ndị chọọchị ji aga na mmiri eme baptism? If there is no power in the water, if there is no power in the river, as you said, as you are trying to doubt, argument or what? I said, if there is no power in the river, in the water, in the church, why do church people go there for baptism? He was like, I think it's God that it is the instruction of God to Christians to go to river and do baptism. You understand? So that is why Christians go to the river to do baptism. And I'm like, oh, okay, it is the instruction of God for Christians to go to the river and do baptism. So don't you think that the river water is of God? For God to instruct Christians to go to river and do their baptism, don't you think river is of God? It's like, if it's of God, why is it that bad things are being done in the river? Human sacrifice are being done in the river. Is it that blah blah blah? No more. Why is it that it's not being used to do the work of God? It is sacrificing human beings and all that. And I'm like, what do you know? What is the work of God and what is not the work of God? He was trying to justify the side he's coming from. So don't know that he's a Christian. But being a Christian or believing the doctrines of ndị ụka ndị church unu does not change the fact that ihe dị adị dị ka ọ dị. It doesn't change the truth that there is power in the water. And all these things are part of creation. So people trying to demonize ife gbasara mmiri, it's just ignorance and stupidity. I was trying to make him understand that all these things that people are trying to castigate about river or our culture, it is from the doctrines of Ndioka Christians to use it and spoil people's minds about nature, about our culture. Ihe anyị na-emebu kemgbe gboo were na-aga n'ihu nke a na-ejide ya iche. So and he was like, why is water kills people? Somebody died in the water the other day. Water drowned this. Nah, ọ bụrụ na ị maghị egwu mmiri, why ị ga-eji wee gaba na mmiri dị ogbu? There is no way you will try to paint this to isi na mmiri dị evil. Ga stop mmiri ịbụ ihe ọ bụ, ga stop mmiri ị na-akpa ike ọ na-akpa. All these elements nwere mmụọ dị na ya. There is this energy, unique energy ha ncha niile bụ na-arụkwa n'ọrụ na ndụ mmadụ. Asịgodị ka ewepụ the spiritual part of it. When you are thirsty, you drink water. It quench your thirst. When you want to cook, you must use water to cook. Ihe dị ọcha, whatever that is dirty, you wash it out with water. It becomes clean. You all know this. But achọzi ikwuzi okwu the spiritual part of it. Chetazie na mmiri dị evil. But you guys go there to do your baptism. And you forget what your Bible said in Genesis chapter, I think chapter 1 verse 2. And the Spirit of God covers the waters, moving around. So, ihe a niile ama mmụọ isi na bekee, foreign language emega anyị arụ. When they speak it in foreign language, that is just the only thing that is affecting our mentality. Water is of God. Earth is of God. Anyanwụ is of God. Allah is of God. Onya bụ this ordinary anyị na-eme. Onya bụ the original religion. Let me put it that way. Are you getting me? That we venerate this element because no more, and it's part of us, because we are able, half spirit, half human. So more than imai, these elements is part of us. So we venerate them because na ha bara yuru. Same way we venerate our ancestors. Because our ancestors over there, Ebehano, whatever you call it, you say is the land of the dead or whatsoever. They also hear us when we call on them, venerate them. They listen. Forget about it and can I say, whoever that is dead. Let's forget about the dead. Let's forget about okay. When I call my father, my dead grandfather, my dead great grandfather, my ancestors, and pray to them, I am doing evil. I am doing the wrong thing. But you call on St. Peter, you call on Peter that you read from the Bible, you call on Paul, you even acknowledge them as great men, saints. But these people are no more. They are dead too. You see the way you guys are being deceived. The Oyibo ancestors are good for hyping, but to call on your ancestors, it is evil. They now tell you, you now remember that they are evil. Every generational cause fire, bind and cast them. Those your ancestors, the ones you bear their name, their surname, their DNA runs inside you. You cast them and bind them, not knowing that you are casting and binding yourself. You are casting and binding yourself. Are you getting me? So, all these people coming to my inbox saying all manner of nonsense, get that into your head. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't change the fact that there is power in the water. There is power in nature. I'm just generalizing it because it's not only water. Let it not be that it is only water that we recognize. Anyị na-agọ mmụọ, anyị na-agọda ala. Mmụọ ahụ, ala ahụ, mmụọ. Ala ahụ bụ mmụọ, mmiri bụ mmụọ, ikuku bụ mmụọ, anyanwụ bụ mmụọ. Ha na-anụ ihe, they listen, they hear. Just like as you listen, you speak and you hear. When you speak to these elements, they hear because ha bụ mmụọ, and the mmụọ dị ndụ. Spirit lives, spirit doesn't die. So that is why, in as much as our ancestors have been doing this right from the beginning of the world, as in Mbegbo, that is why it still remains till now and forever. We still, when you venerate the earth, Allah, they still here. Ikpokuo mmiri, mmụọ mmiri na-anụ, ikpokuo ikuku ọ na-anụ, ikpokuo anyanwụ ọ na-anụ. It has been like that right from old till now. Whether you believe it or not. The ones you see in Kana, this earth, this mmiri, all these things I'm talking about, you can see them. You can feel them, you can touch them. But you don't believe. The one that you are believing is the one that you've not even seen. Just they told you. Akwụkwọ ederede, Bible somebody just wrote a storybook and gave to you. You now believe that one. But the one that you can see, you can feel as in reality, you don't believe. Whether that you believe or you don't believe doesn't change the fact that this is how things are. Are you getting me? So that somebody died in water or whatsoever. You have to be careful. If you don't know how to swim, don't go and tempt the river by entering inside the deep side, and when you get drowned, you come out and start saying that water is evil. It used to kill people. People used to swallow people. People die. What kind of nonsense is that? Yes, if you are evil, these natural elements have their way of nature have its ways of punishing someone that goes against nature. You understand? Even there are people that mistakenly entered a deep river somehow, but eventually they got saved. They are not dead. They didn't get drowned. They got saved. All these things, it all depends on who you are, what you do, how you are. Onye aka ya dị ọcha, nature cannot just kill the other person if you are innocent in the heart. Yes. So coming to justify this talk of Miri, they used to sacrifice people in the water and Omo. Enwere ihe mere ede ji wee bee nwee. Is it that you don't know how to swim? Baa na mmiri gara nwachi gị ọnwụnwa. Mmiri erie gị. Ntọọ gị is not going to stop me from calling on mmiri nna akpọku, mmụọ mmiri nna akpọku, achọrọ na ya aja. Ka ekwe na aja anyị na-achụ. Aja onye ọbụla na-achụ. Even in church, you clap your hands, you say ị na-achụ aja. You take offerings to the altar, ị na-achụ aja. Everybody na-achụ aja. People na-achụ aja to mmụọ ha ma dere ha good. Okay, church ahụ ị na-aga, Jesus egedere gị mma, I believe na ya. In as much as you've not even seen him, you are not even sure if he exists. And na-achụrụ ya aja. Na-achụrụ ya aja ekele. One or two things happens to you, you buy gifts, go for Thanksgiving, right? Then if I buy, then the forces I call on, the forces of nature and my ancestors, I call on that works for me and helps me. Then if I carry gifts, carry things and go meet them to thank them, it becomes evil. Can't you see that somebody is looking for someone else's trouble? So I'm just doing this live video to set the record straight. So some people that are like, I am a fan, Adibo, Chinas Adibo, you're very, very good. I love your music, this and that. But that river water one, I don't like it. Enya, Omo, back where? You mustn't like everything I do. Everybody must not like you. Sorry, if you know that one you like, you wear it. Can't like it, you jump and pass. As you see me, so I don't care. I don't care when it comes to someone trying to talk me down on my practice. So, I know the person Joromajo and those people that are asking me these questions, you are listening to me. Okay, water kills me. It swallows people. It drowns people. It is not only water that people have accidentally die inside. Even the earth, people have died. Through accident, you die on the earth. Is it water that killed the person? Yeah? Ndị na-abụ what of ndị na-eji egbe gbaa mmadụ ibe ha nwụọ or mmiri gburu onye. I don't know why people think the way they think. I just don't know. Sometimes enwere okwu ọ ga-abụ mmadụ kwuo, you get this talk when you be say if you dey hear am like this, you go dey explain to an extent, you go just be like to slap that person. Ka ịma ma common sense ọ ga-abatata onye ahụ n'ime. We don't kill humans. We don't sacrifice humans in the river. Whoever tells you that is lying. He's just trying to demonize our culture. Are you getting me? Now, that you're going to church, you're calling on Jesus or whatsoever, does not make you the most righteous. There are still people that kill, that backbite, but they go to church. They follow you, sit and they clap hands. They are evil in their heart. The culture we practice, ordinarily, is against human lives. We don't kill human beings. You understand? We make sacrifice, yes. We make sacrifice like animal sacrifice. And they accept. Even you church people, when they do animal sacrifice too, when you take goat, you take cock, you take goat, go do Thanksgiving. Is that not animal sacrifice that you guys are doing? You're coming here to tell me you. Who have you seen that have gone to the water maybe to pray or do maybe one of these settlement and if he's killing someone, dropping the water, the blood of the person in the water. You that is asking me those silly questions, then now go ahead and know. We don't sacrifice human beings because it's even against nature. Are you getting me? There are some people that get drowned in the river based on what they did, what they committed, the evil they committed. That is why I said nature has its own way of punishing anyone that goes against nature. If you are a killer, if you kill human being, one day, you will get killed. And it's through the works of nature. They will work together so that one day you get that reward of that thing in him. The reward of that thing you're doing, be it good or evil. So, I'm just making this live video to set record straight for those that are saying human lives is human like this. I know a trend is now, but people sacrificing people for quick money. That's what is trending. I don't know if that is the reason why this person came with this kind of question. Those ones no be ordinary. You understand? Whoever that tells you to bring human life for sacrifice, it's not practicing culture. It's not practicing ordinary according to nature, because nature is against human beings killing fellow human beings. So the reason why I'm using this English is because I know that most people that are following me and that are my fans, not all understand English. So one day, there is power in water. Water is part of nature. Just like all the elements of nature are powerful. The earth is powerful. The wind, the air is powerful. The sun is powerful. All of them are powerful on its own. That if you understand how to speak to them, you understand, and get positive results, you will do it and get positive results. So that you see me doing, so seeing anybody doing it, You're telling me God, God, God. All these things are God. God is powerful. Water is God. The air is God. Earth is God. I'm just using the language you understand. Earth is God. Water is God. The sun is God. The wind is God. You speak, they listen, and they move according to your word. Just as you yourself is God. Because you are also part of nature. So nature is powerful and is God. So don't come to use that God of a thing. Yes, my God, because maybe you didn't hear me say God in the song. You know, start saying, stop phrasing something else instead of God. I also see someone came, I was saying, you have a nice voice, use your voice for God and stop using it for what I'm singing. Is it not God that I'm singing to? So I'm just setting the record straight so you guys will understand. If you like, understand. If you like, don't understand. I will continue doing my thing. So long as I know that I'm doing the right thing. And it's part of my destiny. So I have to follow my destiny. Live and let's live. Stop looking for trouble. That is why some of my fellow traditionalists in the they don't take it lightly with you guys. They call you guys Indiokunuka troublemaker. Because that's what it seems like. That's what your actions are. You wake up and start telling people what their ancestors have kept for them, as in the practice their ancestors have been doing that is helping and saving them. They have to continue on that path. And you now wake up and tell them, it is evil, burn it, destroy it. You come and scatter everything, burn them, start feeling like just born. That is trouble. That is troublemaking. Now, if people now decide to, traditionalists decide to now wake up and come to church and start burning the churches, you will now remember that, hey, they're looking for trouble. Whereas you guys are the one looking for trouble. Mmiri karaka, the same way ala karaka, the same way ikuku karaka, the same way anyanwụ, the sun karaka. I don't even want to come and go deep about Christianity, about this on a church thing, because if I start, you can't be like, say, I'm still like shooting myself at the leg in terms of looking for trouble. So that's why I decided to stay on my lane, which is practicing our tradition, which I know is not evil. That people decide to use the power they have, maybe as a called one, as a dibia, you understand? As a priest or priestess, to use it to do evil to people does not mean that they practice that more than that it's evil. Or haven't you seen people that claim to be holy, that are pastors, that accuse, and still steals and still supports people to go harm people, zuoshi, to steal. All these things boils down on human beings, their intentions. For instance, a knife. If I'm holding a knife, You see that knife? It can be used to kill. It can also be used to cut what's it called? Vegetable, cut whatsoever thing that you want to cut to help yourself. Now, I decide to bring a knife to use it for, maybe there is a rope that is tied to something I want to use. So before I can use it, I will need to use that knife and cut it out and then use that thing I want to use. Does it mean that the knife is evil when someone else uses it to kill? No. It is the person that is using the knife that is evil. The one that used the knife to kill is the person that is evil. The knife is not evil. What now becomes evil is the person that is using the thing. So these natural elements are not evil. It is what the person uses it for that becomes evil. That determines the evil and the good. I can decide to go to the river and make prayer for someone, for good, for progress. You understand? Someone else can decide to go there and say, I want this person. There is this person I want him to die. There is this person I don't want him to. So it is people, what people do that determines. It is not these natural things. They are natural and God on their own. So coming to tell me that people use these human beings for sacrifice. They kill humans in the water. And someone dies in the water. For that, water is evil. Why should I be singing for water? Omo. It is humans. The intention, the action. That is where you judge between evil and good. So leave these natural elements, powerful beings aside. So I think I'm going to stop.